Sairam, good morning, dear children. Today I am just continuing the same lesson, Birbal's Kichdi. This is class 3, subject English, part 2 and chapter 6. So in part 1 I have told you both Akbar and Birbal were walking slowly and leisurely along a river bank which was very near to the palace in the morning. So Akbar asked Birbal, so I have heard that the water in this river is very cold. Is it true? So Birbal said, yes, your majesty, the water in this river is extremely cold. Then Akbar said, so if a man stands in this water for one whole night, will he die? Then Birbal said, yes, your majesty, no ordinary man can survive this cold. Then Akbar thought for a moment and he said, so here is my chance to test the strength of the people in my kingdom. So he whispered in Birbal's ear that, and Birbal was very surprised to hear what Akbar told to him, and he just nodded his head. So afternoon, the city was very busy. So a drummer beats his drum loudly and the people gather around him. So in the afternoon, so as the town was very busy, so the drummer beats his drum loudly and people gather around him. So what did the drummer say? The drummer said, listen, the great emperor's Akbar's reward. So what was that? So anyone who will stand for one whole night in the river near the palace will be richly rewarded. So the people thought that it is highly impossible. So it is too risky. No man can stand in this cold water for one whole night. So there was a washerman there and he was very poor and he thought that it was a good chance. So if I get this reward, so he can live well. He thought that if I get this reward, he can live well with his family. But wife didn't agree to that. So she told that he will freeze to death and she will be left alone to cry. But the washerman said that convinced her that saying, don't worry, nothing will happen to me. So after all, I wash the clothes in this cold water every day. This is part 1. So now we will see what happens next in part 2. So this is scene 3. Scene 1 and scene 2 has been completed. This is scene 3. Night. Some lights from the palace fall on the river. The washerman is standing in the middle of the river. So as the washerman convinced her wife and he agreed for the challenge. So it was night. So some lights from the palace fall on the river. So as the palace was very near to the river, the lights from the palace fall on the river. And the washerman is standing in the middle of the river. So some people come and look at him, shake their heads and go away. So some people, when the washerman was standing in the middle of the river, some people came and looked at him and they shook their heads or they shake their heads and they used to go away. And some people said, but here is a picture. So where the washerman is standing in the middle of the river, you can just see the lights from the palace falling on the river and you can see some people just coming and seeing the washerman and shake their heads and go away. And one man said, poor man, he will die before the night is out. So one man said, poor man, so he will die because he can't withstand this extreme cold, so he will die. And the other man said, a foolish thing to do so. Well, let us pray for him. So it's really very foolish. So foolish means silly. Foolish means silly. So other man said, this is a foolish thing to do because he has accepted this type of challenge where it is too risky. So well, he has accepted So now we can't do anything. So the only thing that we can do is we will pray for him. So we will pray for him. The next day morning, the washerman, alive and well, walks out of the river. So next day morning, the washerman, alive means he is not dead, he was alive and well, walks out of the river. So the washerman, he was not dead, he was alive and also well, he walks out of the river. See, can you see? The washerman is coming out of the river. People shout and clap in joy. So when all the people saw the washerman coming out of the river alive and well, they were very happy and they clapped in joy. So thank God he is alive. So they thanked God because the washerman was alive and well. So lucky man to get the reward. Now as he has succeeded in his challenge, now he is going to get the reward. So the people said that he is really lucky because he is getting the reward from the Emperor Akbar. So wife greets her husband with relief. Greets means she wished her husband with relief as she was much worried about him. Now she is now relieved from that worry. And child said, Father, you are so brave. As a washerman had a child, the child said, Father, you are so brave. Brave means you are so courageous. Will the emperor reward you now? So the child said, as you have succeeded in your challenge, will the emperor reward you now? Then washerman said, of course, didn't I pass the test? Now, so the washerman said, yes, he has to give the reward. So didn't I pass the test? I have passed the challenge that the Akbar has given to me. Now he will definitely give me the reward. So I think you have understood this video. Now I am just summarizing the whole video. Some lights from the palace fall on the river. The washerman is standing in the middle of the river. Some people come and look at him, shake their heads and go away. And some people say, poor man, he will die before the night is out. And some others say, a foolish thing to do. Well, he has done it, so let us pray for him. Morning, the next day morning, the washerman, alive and well, walks out of the river. So the washerman was alive, was not dead. He was alive and also well. He walks out of the river. People shout and clap in joy. Thank God he is alive. So now he is a lucky man to get the reward. Wife greets her husband with relief. Oh, I was so worried about you. Child said, Father, you are so brave. Will the emperor reward you now? So these are the few questions relating to this video. Then the first question is, what did the people say when they saw the washerman standing in the middle of the river? So what did the people? So when the man was standing in the middle of the river, so many people used to come and shake their heads and go away. So what they said? So what did the people say when they saw the washerman standing in the middle of the river? And why did the people shout and clap with joy? And third question is, why did wife greet her husband? And fourth is, what did the child ask his father? And what was the answer given by his father? So these are the 5 questions relating to this video. First go through the video, understand it, then answer all these questions. It will be very easy to answer. Thank you, Saira.